This instructional tutorial explains how to disassemble and replace the seals of your Fill 1 aerosol filling machine, as well as the reassembly process. Please note that we recommend wearing gloves during this process. First, just to show you the tools that will be required, we have our Fill 1 large seal tool. This will be used for the main seal. We have our plunger tool that'll be used for our smaller tube seals. We have our tamper-proof BTR key. This is used to remove the screws from the top of the unit. We have the tire seals. This will help us apply the piston plate back onto the tubes. We have our 4mm Allen wrench. This is used for the side screws to remove the pneumatic head from the tube. We have a small flathead screwdriver that'll help us remove some of the smaller seals. We have a large flathead screwdriver that'll help us remove the main seal. Rubber mallet. We have a flat wrench. And then we have our replacement seal kit. So we're going to start by removing the manometer from the machine with the flat wrench. Alright, perfect. Next, we will remove the 4 side screws of the machine using the 4mm Allen wrench. Now we're going to remove the base and adjustable platform. It should slide right out like that, but if there's any product that has gummed it up and got it stuck, you can always tap it with the rubber mallet to help remove it more easily, but this machine is brand new, so it came right out. So next, we're going to close the door of the machine and remove the doorknob. You just can twist it generally like that. Then we're going to use our 4mm Allen wrench again. We're going to remove that door carriage screw there, which connects the door. Perfect. Perfect, yep. And then we're going to use our rubber mallet to help knock the pneumatic head out of place. Perfect. Now it can be dislodged and removed from the machine. Once this is done, we can start disassembling the pneumatic head. So he's going to start by removing the door carriage. Sometimes it will slide off that easily. Other times you can use a larger flathead like the one we have here to help actually pry it off if it is stuck in place, but this one came off very easily. So now we can remove the 3 top screws of the pneumatic head using our tamper-proof BTR key here. These ones, again, are coming off pretty easily. You may need to grip the pneumatic head a little bit tighter and then use more force on your machine, depending. All right, with the top screws removed, we can put that cap aside, and we're going to pull up on the piston plate, and this should dislodge the piston. If it doesn't come off that easy, you can use that rubber mallet again to gently knock it out of place. The pneumatic head has now been disassembled, and we are ready for seal removal. So we're going to start by removing the small O-rings from both the door carriage and the stanchion here, like so. That's one of them. And the other one is right there under the air connector. Perfect. Alrighty, and then we're also going to use that same smaller flathead to remove the thin seals from the side here of the stanchion, like that. Yep, as well as on the piston plate. That should come off pretty easily. Perfect, and then we got one more. Alrighty. Now we're going to remove the tube seals using our larger flathead. And those, you can just pry them right up. Alrighty, and now we will remove the main seal. And for that one, we will need the larger one. Yep, absolutely. Really, you just want to wedge it underneath, and you're going to use your rubber mallet. You're going to use a good bit of force to try to wedge it underneath. Sometimes it may take a few tries. And you just twist. So at this point, we would normally recommend cleaning the components of the unit with lacquer thinner. That's what we do here when we repair the machines. In this case, the machine is just a test unit that is quite clean, so we're not going to be doing that. But generally, that is what we would recommend doing at this point if your machine is dirty. So now that we've removed the old seals from the machine, we're going to replace them with new ones. So we're going to start with the thin seals here. We're going to apply a good amount of grease. You can just take all three of them and just rub them with grease just like that. And now we're going to put each one back, starting with the stanchion there. And they literally just go right along the edge. They fit into a little ridge there. Same with the cap, just like so. Now we're going to take the two tiny little O-rings and we're going to put them back where they belong. So one will go on top of the stanchion there, that tiny little spot. Perfect. And then the other is going to go back under the air connector on the door carriage. Yep, just like so. Perfect. All right, now we're going to put the tube seals back. So we can grab those and apply a small amount of grease to those as well. Just like that, you can just kind of get some grease, roll them around in your hand. And we're going to start by putting them back in the piston plate. To do that, we're going to use our handy little plunger tool here. And we're going to apply the seal. Now this is very important. We're going to apply the seal with the metal ring, and you can kind of see it there. right inside the seal. We're going to have that metal ring, it needs to be facing up when it's actually in the piston plate itself. So we're going to put it on that tool with the ring facing down. Yep, just like that. Apply it to the tool like so. Exactly. And you're just going to apply pressure, and the seal should be seated properly. You can feel across it with your finger too to make sure that it's reasonably flush. And now we're going to do that for each of the other seals. All right, perfect. So now that we have those seals applied, we're going to add the main seal back onto the stanchion. And to do that, first we're going to add just a small amount of grease on there, just like with the others. And we're going to use our big plunger tool there with that big handle. And same deal with this one, we're going to apply that with that metal part facing up. Yep, just like that. And you're going to go straight down right in the center of the stanchion there. Apply a good amount of pressure because we want that to be a very tight seal. And again, you can feel around it with your finger just to make sure that it is flush and in place. And now we have added the seals back to the machine. Now that the machine seals have been replaced, we can start the reassembly process. So we're going to start with the stanchion just the way it's positioned with those tubes facing up there. And we're going to take our 4 little tire seals and basically insert them into each tube like so. Exactly. And you definitely want to apply a little bit of grease to each of those as well to make sure the piston is able to connect properly. So now we're going to take our piston, apply a little grease to the piston itself, as well as each of those holes there. And now with the piston facing down, we're going to line those holes up right over the tire seals as best that you can. Sometimes it takes a little bit of positioning to get it to go, but then it'll go straight down. You can remove those tire seals, put those off to the side. Next, we're going to get our cap there, and we're going to position that over the tubes like so, just like that. So there'll be one tube right here where there won't be a hole over it. That is perfectly okay. And now we're going to take our top screws, get those back into place. Perfect. And then we'll use that tamper-proof BTR tool again, just to tighten them right down. So tight. Perfect. Now we're going to flip that pneumatic head over. We're going to make sure that piston is fully pushed down, just like that. We're going to take our door carriage. We're going to apply grease all along the inside there, in every little ridge, because we want to make sure the door carriage can slide properly. Then we're going to position it over the top like so. And you kind of slide it, you basically turn it while applying pressure, and that should get it seated into place. And when it's on there, to insert the pneumatic head back into the machine, we're going to apply a substantial amount of grease to the inside, the kind of top edge of the tube here, like so. And we want to use a pretty good amount because we want to make sure that that's able to slide back in very easily, like that. All right, now we take the pneumatic head. We also apply some grease around the edge of that, like so. And now for this next step here, we're going to make sure that that screw hole is perfectly lined up with the hole on the tube itself. Just do your absolute best to get it lined up. And then we're just going to push down first on the inside and then push down on top. You can apply quite a bit of force, sometimes you have to. All right, now we just had to make a small adjustment to get the pneumatic head aligned there. We can start screwing the side screws back in, like so. And so next we can apply the manometer. You can hand tighten that at first, then use your flat wrench again to get it tightened the rest of the way. Now we flip the unit over. We're going to rotate that door carriage because we're going to get ready to put our door back on, just like so. You're going to want to make sure that you have one hole there for the screw, just over a little bit, just like that, and then the other screw or hole for the doorknob is going to be right there. And now we can put our door. So we're going to slide it right in front of that door carriage. We're going to use our 4mm Allen wrench again to get that door carriage screw in place. And then we're going to screw the doorknob back into place, like so. More. I'm going to open that door up, and we're going to put our base and adjustable platform back into place. We're going to want that hole where the air tube goes to be on the back end of the unit, and we're going to want the screw holes on the side to line up with the tube screw holes, just like so. And this one is easier to rotate to get into place. Perfect, just like that. All right, and we have now completed the seal replacement for the pneumatic Fill 1 machine. It is all set.